I welcome you in this video. Again, I will be continuing with this electricity chapter. So last class I was talking about the charges, how it is quantized and how it is conserved. And then we have discussed the different system of the units. And today I will be discussing about the condition for the validity of the Coulomb's law. It holds only for the point charges. Point charges and also the spherical charges, spherical charges and at spherical charges, but at the sufficient separation. Spherical charges, but it should have the sufficient separation, and assuming that the charge are concentrated at the their center, and it may be applied to extended object also, extended object also, and these provided the distance between them is much larger than their dimension. Distance between the object, distance between objects is greater than their dimension, their dimension. So this is the or the separation between charges, separation between charges, separation between charges is greater than the nuclear distance, and that is 10 to the power minus 15 meter. So these are the conditions that the Coulomb's law will be valid. Then we are going to talk about the your electric field and the electric field strength. Electric field and electric field strength. So basically it is a region in the electric field, the region in which the charge experience a force is called the electric field. Charge experience a force, charge experience a force, and that is said to be the electric field. If we place an infinitesimal positive charge at that point, then this charge is called test charge. So we are talking about a test charge, and that is the test charge is infinitesimal positive charge. That is known as the positive charge, infinitesimal positive charge, that is considered to be the test charge. So the force acting on that test charge, when we are placing this test charge in an electric field, it will experience a force. So that force acting on this test charge, it is noted, and this force divided by the test charge, that is known the electric field strength. So electric field strength at a point E equal to this force experienced by the infinitesimal positive charge divided by the charge. So that is known as the electric field strength. So the electric field strength at a point in an electric field, that is a vector quantity, and whose magnitude is the same as the direction of the force. So the force acting on this test charge, we place this test charge in an electric field. Then we find out the first we note the amount of the force, and then we divided this infinitesimal positive charge or the test charge, and that gives the electric field. So its unit of force is Newton, unit of charge is Coulomb, or its unit is also volt per meter. So that is force acting on the test charge. So its unit is force is dimension is ml t to the power minus 2 divided q0, that is at. So it becomes ml a to the power minus 1 and t to the power minus 3. This is the dimension of the this electric field. Discussing about the properties of the electric lines of force. So firstly, the properties of the electric lines of force, it appears to, with the first property is these electric lines of force, it appears to start from, if it is a positive charge and negative charge, so it is out. In case of the positive charge, the electric lines of force appears to go outwards. In negative, it is always electric lines of force are the inwards. But if the two charges, if we keep two opposite charges very close to each other, positive and the negative, then in this case we get, as the lines of force start from positive at ends and the negative, so the arrow symbol will be like this. So this is for the positive charge, this is for the negative charge, and this is for the two charges, opposite charges, they are very close to each other. So this is the diagram of the electric lines of force. Number 2, if the tangent drawn at any point on the lines of force gives the direction of the electric field. So the tangent drawn on the lines of force at any point on lines of force gives the direction of the electric field strength at that point. And the direction of the force is acting positive charge at that point. And number 3, the two electric lines of force, they never intersect. Suppose we have the one charge is here, another charge is here, and suppose this is one electric lines of force and this is another electric lines of force, and if we draw the tangent, this is the lines of force. If you draw a tangent here, so we get one direction. This is for E1 and for two charges, if you draw a tangent here, so this is E2, and they intersect at this point. So the lines of force, the electric lines of force can never intersect. So what we get from the figure number 3, electric lines of force cannot intersect. Electric lines of force cannot intersect, and if they do so, if they intersect, then at the point of intersection there will be two direction of the electric field, which is not possible. Number 4, that electric lines of force force, they have tendency they have a tendency to contract lengthwise, and they have a tendency to contract lengthwise, like the stretched string, like a stretched string, and separate from each other, each other, and laterally, that is opposite. That's why that from this concept, that they have a tendency to contract lengthwise. That's why when you bring the two same charges, they repel each other, or when you bring two opposite charges, they attract. So that is that is the nature, that they have the tendency to contract lengthwise, and then and separate from each other laterally. And the electric lines of force, number 5, electric lines of force are always in the form of the electric lines of force, they have always formed in the form of the open curves, in the form of open curves, and they do not form the closed loop, whereas in case of the magnetic lines of force, when I will teach you the magnetic field, they always form the closed loop. That is the difference of the electric lines of force and the magnetic lines of force. So what do we get? They will never form the closed loop. It is always the open. And number 6, they do not pass through the conductor. They do not pass through the conductor, because inside the conductor, the electric field is 0. Inside conductor, electric field is 0. So this is about the conductor. They do not pass through the conductor, because inside the conductor the electric field is 0. Those next we will come to the uniform electric field and non-uniform electric field. How do we represent? Because the field we represent in terms of the lines of force. So therefore, in case of the uniform electric field, these are the lines and they are equally separated. So equal separation. So this is the uniform electric field. And for non-uniform electric field, this is non-uniform electric field. So this diagrammatically, by observing this separation of the lines of force, one can have the idea whether it is uniform electric field or it is non-uniform electric field. So in this case, we will find out the electric field strength due to a point charge. So in case of the point charge, we are taking 2 point charges. One the positive point charge, another is the negative point charge, that is plus q and minus q. and we are at a distance r, we are keeping a positive test charge. Here we are keeping a positive test charge at the point P. Now since they are the two positive charges, so there will be repulsion, so the electric field it will act in this direction. Since here the negative charge and this is positive test charge, so the electric field it will act in this direction. So first, to find out the electric field, we have to find out the force by the Coulomb's law. So the Coulomb's law, F equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon, and then it is Q naught by R square into, this is along the direction from P to A, that is along the direction from P to A, in this direction P to A we can take. So we can Q naught. So this is one charge, another charge, this is point charge, this is test charge by R square, and along the direction of the PA. So the electric field will be how much? Equal to F by Q naught, and Q naught is the positive test charge. So this will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon, and this is Q by R square. So this is the electric field, and the same relation holds for the negative charge also, or this can also be written as in the vector form. In the vector form, it will be E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by R square into R unit vector, or this, as we know that any unit vector equal to its modulus, any vector divided by its modulus, that gives the unit vector. So if you put it here, so the electric field will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon, then Q by RQ into R vector. So because we are unit vector equal to R vector divided by modulus of R, so here it will be R vector divided by R square into R, so RQ. So that is the electric field strength due to the point charges, that the point charge is positive or point charge. This is a mathematical formula by which you can find out the electric field strength. Now if there is a system of charges in a body, then how to find out the electric field? So if we have the charges Q1, Q2, Q3 up to n charges, Q1, Q2, Q3. So for every charges we find out the electric field Q1, Q2, this is E2, like this way. And then what do? We sum all these electric field, E equal to E1 plus E2, like this. And what do? We get for each charges we find out the electric field and we sum it, that gives the total electric field produced by the body. So what is the physical significance of this electric field strength? The physical significance of the field strength. Now E is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. So which may vary from point to point. It vary from point to point. So it vary from point to point in magnitude and direction. In magnitude as well as the direction. So positive test charge which we are placing in the electric field, it does not disturb the system. It does not disturb the system, and its direction is that of the electrostatic force on the test charge. Its direction is that of the electrostatic force, that of electrostatic force on test charge, on test charge. So this E, the characteristics of the charges of the system, electric field strength is the characteristics of the E, the characteristics of the charges of the system, and is independent of the test charge.